Hey, my name's James Douglasson and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've got some really interesting data for you today. This is from the Office of National Statistics and it's showing house prices are officially up again. Now, this is the January data, but this is the final data that you get from the government. And this stuff is really interesting because we do videos about Nationwide, we do videos about Rightmove, which is, so Nationwide is obviously lending. We've got Halifax, which is lending. We do Rightmove, which is asking prices, and if they're up or down, because that's an indicator as well. And this is sold prices with including cash buys as well, which we obviously don't get with the Nationwide and the Halifax data. Now, this is interesting to see what is happening. And also, there's a type of property that is up 16% year on year so far. So I'm going to share with you what that is as well. So before we jump into this, as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel over there and hit the bell notification. We're just about to hit 21,000 subscribers. Have a look around the page. You'll see how close we are at that. And while you're here, smash the like button, tickle the like button, do something to that like button, hammer that like button over there. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Every view that we get is down to you guys smashing that little button and turning it blue. So do that right now. So, ONS data. This is the ultimate data, basically. And so it's really interesting to see what happens when the dust settles. It takes more time for this data to come through, but it's interesting to see where we're actually at in the market at the moment. And so they're saying house prices in January of this year were up 0.5%, which is a great start to the year. That builds that little bit of buffer and equity into people's property or their portfolio. And so should the market turn, which who knows, it could very easily, it just gives them that little bit more protection. Now, they're saying on an annual basis to January, they're saying house prices are down still. And so they're saying house prices are down 0.6% on an annual basis. However, they're saying to December, so the month before, this shows you that it's improving. They were down 2.2%. So we're definitely getting a much better position than we were. And we did see that. That made sense because in 2022, the back end of 2022, we saw house prices dropped, and that would have been in that rolling average then, but now it's fallen out of that average. So the annual basis is 0.6% down, which isn't bad. That's not hitting anyone too hard significantly at the moment. And if you're a property investor, which I am, you'd definitely be able to get 0.6% discount at the very least off the property, I'm sure, or add that in value by doing some work. And so that's really, really interesting to see. Now, they're saying the average house price, this is the real average house price as well. Because when I talk about Halifax, I talk about Nationwide or Rightmove data, that's just their data, right? So Halifax might have more £1 million houses than Nationwide might have more smaller houses, right? So their data will be slightly different, but this is the whole of the UK. This includes the Halifax, the Nationwide, and all the data from everyone, including cash sales. And so they're saying the average house price at the moment is £282,000 on the nose, which is down £2,000 from a year ago. Which is a bit of a drop, but it's not too bad so far. It's not too bad. And so that's good to see that things are not as bad as they could have been. We've had a pretty flat year for the last year or so, haven't we? We thought the market was going to crash. It made sense it was going to crash. We had huge, crazy high interest rates, and it didn't. It was fairly versatile. It stuck. The market did do quite well. Now, one area that has done crazy good, according to the ONS and this report, is new build properties. And so this is insane when I say this. Just this month, or just January data that they're reporting on, just in a month, new builds went up 8.8% up in a month. That's crazy. Now, why would that possibly have happened? Well, if you watch this channel on a regular basis, I've done some videos in the last week or so about some new schemes that the government has launched, or lenders in particular have launched. So a lot of the banks, Virgin was one of these, they've got rates that you can get the rate as low as 2%, 2.4%, when you use the new build incentive. So the incentives that the new build providers are able to give you, you can take those incentives and you can use those to pay down your mortgage. So let's just say you took a 2-year deal, they give you a lump sum of money back, and that goes straight to the lender, and that makes your, let's just say in 2 years, you're going to pay back £20,000 in mortgage payments, and the lender gives you a the builder gives you £10,000 in incentives. Now you only have to pay £10,000 back for those 2 years. So that significantly reduces what you're going to pay back in that time, and it reduces the rate effectively. And these schemes must be one of the driving forces towards that. And they're pretty good. Like, they're pretty good incentives. So new builds have gone up 8.8%. But here's another crazy stat. In a year, they've gone up 16.6%. And that's on an annual basis. And that's insane. Now, here's one thing that some people are saying. This could be, what it could be, is masking a crash in other areas, right? So if these prices have gone up so much, then potentially certain categories of price of property have dropped significantly. And I think that could be right. At the higher end of the market, we might be seeing some bigger drops. I'm not seeing it at the lower end. I think the lower end is still moving quite quickly, but higher end property, the discounts are definitely more and significant. And so let's just say they are discounting. That could be being masked by the volume and the massive increases in house prices in new build properties. And that is why it all gets muddled in together sometimes, and you need to really find out what's going on in the different categories of product. But this is the official data. What do you think? Do you agree with this stuff? A lot of you think all these numbers are fudged. Let me know in the comments. I don't. I think this is what I'm seeing. I'm in Dorking and Surrey. That's where I'm investing at the moment. I'm not seeing prices change here, especially at the lower end. I just feel that they're pretty consistent at the moment. I just feel like it's a flat market. That's what I'm seeing in my area, at least. But some of you are saying in your areas, you're seeing drops and discounts and stuff like that. Let me know where. I'd like to see where that's happening. It'd be interesting for other viewers as well. Or are you seeing price increases? Let me know in the comments below. If you didn't earlier, do smash that like button, guys. I really appreciate everybody that does that. Do check out some more content on my channel, including this video right here.